Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another Chart Nerd TA video. This evening, we're going to be diving into the crypto total market cap and just taking a look at the general vibes of the market at the moment. Evidently, from the last week or so, it's been one of the craziest times that I've seen in the crypto space. It's been absolutely crazy. And I do think potentially moving forward, there are some more cascading sort of events that could lead to deterioration in price. And basically just looking at the crypto total market cap here. Okay, so this is the total market cap of everything in regards to crypto, Bitcoin, altcoins, just the whole market. I wanted to point out a few things here for us and why I'm looking at more potential downside here. Now, so if this chart starts to obviously if deteriorates, then of course it just indicates that the market's on its way down. Now, I wanted to show you previous levels of support and resistance, just the basic things to start off with. So at first, okay, you see this red trend line here at $1.17 trillion where the market was worth. We was holding this level of support. Okay, we came down to this level of support here. We lost that support. Okay, we came down to this one fib here. Okay, this fib which is 762 billion. Okay, and then you came back up and you ran into this previous support, this red trend line, and you turned that into resistance. And at that point, the total market cap, came down. It did start to form a higher low, okay, and you did start to get a bounce, but you came up, you ran into the weekly 20 EMA, and then you got rejected, and you've had this large push down on the news of FTX and other sources that potentially moving forward here, other exchanges are looking at the same sort of fate. So bearing that in mind, with other exchanges having that potential sort of bank run, or you just have to be careful, guys. And it's not financial advice, but get your crypto onto cold storage wallets, okay, ledgers and things like that, just somewhere where your wallet's not online, because at the moment there is ridiculously high risk. Okay, ridiculously high risk. I can't emphasize it enough. It's not financial advice, guys, but in my opinion, it's just wise to have your coins offline. But anyways, getting into this here, okay, so we was currently, as I said, this was previous support. We turned that into resistance, met the 20. We came back. We was looking to come up and break through here, but we met the weekly 20 again and have had this large push down, this large sort of rejection and correction. And within doing so, okay, you've come down and you've lost this one fib here. Okay, so this fib right now is from this 1.17 trillion, okay, where we met resistance. So we're going from this high, retracing to this low. You can see that you came up, okay, you got rejected, you started to retrace, you started to come back up again, but you've put in a lower high here than this high. You've been rejected, you've come down, and you've actually lost this 762.4 billion that we was holding from June. So all the way from June, all you've done is come up, you've come back down, you've lost that low, okay, you've wicked below it. So right now, what this is indicating to me is potentially the crypto market cap is looking for a bit more of a retracement, and the general market itself. If you start to see this candle closing below 762 billion here on the weekly, okay, and coming down to closing below that, I would expect the 1272 to be at a minimum play here for the market to come down towards, okay. And at that point, again, you would be very overextended from these EMAs as they're coming down, and maybe you would get some sort of relief. But again, just the state of the market at the moment, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, and who knows what's going to happen. But looking at this is indicating to me the loss of support here is potentially indicating you're going to come down to that sort of level. Now, you can see that if you look over to the left, there's too much support around this sort of area at 677 billion. Okay, the next point of contact, ideally, that I think if there was some sort of flash crash crypto space, we could see ourselves pushed down to the 1618 at $500 trillion basically, and you'd be coming back down to this little cluster of support here, okay, which we haven't again back tested since the market broke out. You was holding this uptrend, you started to lose support of this 1.17 trillion, you turned it into resistance, and then you've come down again, attacked it again, but failed and have lost the local low that you held in June. So right now, these are my targets, okay, and this indicates that potentially the rest of the market's gonna have this larger drawdown in the coming weeks or months for crypto. So we need to be very vigilant here. If you start to look at a few other altcoins, let's get XRP for example, okay, this is against the pound, forgive me. Let's look at Chiliz, for example. Chiliz had that large run. Chiliz is still holding up relatively well, but you can see it's being forced down. Okay, a lot of projects are just suffering, taking large batterings. This is GLMR, which is a parachain for Polkadot, VeChain. the whole market is basically facing some really tough drawdown at the moment, and it's just, there's a lot of negativity, a lot of FUD, and I think a lot of the market is going to have a flush. I really do. We was holding on. For me, this was our last leg of hope. This June low, the Bitcoin, the whole market's been holding. You came back for a higher low. This was the point right here where you was expecting that sort of takeoff, come back through the EMAs, but no, you've just been forced down. It's ironic because the DXY, if you see the DXY, I was looking at the DXY here, it was holding this sort of resistance and support. It lost support, it lost the weekly 20, and it's basically started to come through the EMAs. This would normally indicate an upside for crypto, but because of the news recently with FTX, there's been no sort of correlation. So the DXY has had its chance to come down. Bitcoin hasn't had its chance to go up. In fact, it's reacted negatively. So there's a lot of manipulation at the moment. We just need to take care, guys. Okay, again, just not financial advice, but if you're a long-term holder, maybe DCA and just grabbing in at a certain point every month, every couple of weeks. Again, it's just it odds your chances out basically of evening. Okay, so not financial advice, guys, but it is what it is until it's not. We need to keep an eye out here, make sure that this week or this month doesn't close below this one fib at 762 billion, because if it does, these are my targets, guys. And again, Bitcoin's going to have that role. For Bitcoin, I think I was looking at around 14k if I get my chart up for BTC. Yeah, so my 1618 target for Bitcoin at the moment sits at 14k. Again, if you zoom into the daily here, you can see that from this high, okay, where we got rejected at 18, we're retracing back down to this 15k low. So you've come up here like this, you've been rejected, you're falling through these fibs, you're losing the 0618 at 16.5. If the weekly closes out below that, I would expect a retracement back down to this 15k. If that 15k is lost, again, these are my targets here for Bitcoin, okay, 14.2k. And with that, coinciding and playing out, this is where potentially you could see the crypto market cap, which we've just been looking at, start to come down and also reach these 1.618 targets at half a $1 trillion. So do take care, guys, okay? Be cautious moving forward. There's a lot of negativity going on. There's a lot of events that haven't unfolded in crypto like this before, or on at least this sort of scale. So do be cautious. And yeah, take care, guys. From ChartNerd TA, peace out.